Welcome back to the show. This is entertainment news on Channels Television. Remember, you can find all our stories on our website. It's channelstv.com. Moving on our spotlight is singer Ada, who trained as an engineer but would rather play as a singer.
So they say, why gospel music?
In 2010, Ada Ehi, simply known as Ada, made a firm decision about making music professionally. A graduate of chemical engineering from the Chemical and Polymer Engineering Department at the Lagos State University, has since displayed rare artistic qualities as she merges several music genres in the delivery of her gospel songs.
Gospel music, which is what I do, doesn't rely much on experience, but it's a calling. So it's not, of course you need experience for making music and distributing music and all of that, but I would say more because I'm a better musician. Gospel or secular or mainstream, whichever way you want to put it, I don't think in Nigeria people make a living from sales of CD. Given the peculiarities, the piracies and all of that, I don't think anyone makes a living or makes a giving, or his income or her income is majorly from CD sales. So saying that, and then I think the gospel industry, we are favored, or we have a better deal because we have churches. Churches have networks and structures, and the average Nigerian is religious, yeah. So God is a very huge factor of our everyday life. So we benefit from, we are not disadvantaged.
With 2 albums already to her name, the mother of one is poised for a third.
It's very interesting. Given the singles that we released, introducing the album or leading up to the album, the I Testify and the Only You Jesus, the Cheta and the Jesus. It's a very interesting mix. Yeah, but I'm personally very excited about it. I think it has all the elements that make Ada, so of course the rock, the alternative pop, and the Afro. Yeah. So you would always like to put your best foot forward. You would always want to represent, or you want the content to represent at least to get to all the aspects or your key strength as a musician. So yeah, putting that into consideration, but then you also have to consider the people, the consumers, the people you are singing for, because you're not making music for yourself. So you're going to put into consideration what they need to hear and what kind of sound is most appealing, especially if you have a message like I do. So you want to make it as appealing as possible.
Just like you walk the streets of Galilee, you are doing and like you heal the sick and you raise the dead, you are doing Jesus, like you said, Lazarus.
My style of music, I would like to call it alternative because it's a fusion of a lot of sound. Majorly because of my upbringing. My parents are very musical people. So I was exposed to a whole lot of music. My father had a wide collection of classical music, church music choirs, you know, the King's College choirs, and then I listened a whole lot to Mary McKee and the Genesis, and a whole lot of Maranatha, Integrity. I was exposed to music, good music, you know. So I'm an artist. I'm a complete musician. So it's obviously going to reflect in my music. I'm not just going to do music, you know, just just cut the corners or just make music. I want to make something that is music and that could, you know, that will stand and speak for itself anywhere in the world.
Spending an upward of 4 years in a university and bagging a degree isn't enough incentive to lure her away from music.
For my heart, the Lord has
To be very honest, nah, never. No, I've not been. I would say I was a musician all through my training, all through while I was in school. So it didn't come as a surprise to anyone when it was like expected, you know. So this is what I do and I love it with everything.
Her 2 new videos, I Testify and Only You Ride on music videos, are enjoying massive airwaves.
you, I can see it. You are full of testimonies. It's your time, yes, this is your season. All around you, testimonies. And because the Lord is your shepherd, you shall never want every day. Testimonies. Everywhere. Testimonies. See, the word is working.
I testify, you're testifying. The song says, every day, now I tell my story of how I overcame. So, of course, I had people, a whole lot of my friends, senior colleagues, coming on the video. So we were just testifying. And we had people from, we had other people, men, women, children. It's a family song. It's an all aspect song, because you're not just going to testify about this and that. You're going to testify about everything, and that's your desire. So we had people coming in to say, I testify. We had them writing on the wall, writing the topics of testimonies.
Unfailing, resurrected Jesus. Only you, only you, only you, Jesus.
Only You, Jesus. It talks about Jesus, what only you can do. So of course, the song has a bit of drama because of the drums. So we brought in a drama crew, actors and actresses, and they did they did a fine job. They did a very good job. So we wanted to portray the everyday life, you know, because of the beat pattern. It has the African background, so we had to set it on the African background, and the story about a situation that most people, or in most cases, is a write-off. It's impossible with men, you know, but God steps in. So that was the concept for I Am Only You, Jesus.
Sensational Ada heralds a new crop and generation of gospel singers. Her eclectic vocal texture and blend of pop sound helped her carve an age which has put her name on the lips of many. Sometimes these talks bring about negativity.
You know, like, I'm not the first person to put myself out there, so I've learned from a whole lot of people's experience. I realize that people have unending expectations of people who they see in the media, even in church, even in school. Once you're on a pedestal, people start to have an expectation. So I made up my mind to be true to who I am. And of course, because you're especially gospel, you're going to be reaching to a whole lot of people. You're going to have to make certain sacrifices. You know, you're going to have to make certain sacrifices. There are certain things, perhaps nothing is actually wrong, or there's nothing actually wrong with those things, but because it's perceived, you know, so, and then not to become a distraction of yourself. But I have learned from everyone, from most people who have been in this before, you know, you've got to be true to yourself. Otherwise, you will keep changing with every comment and every recommendation, and eventually you would lose yourself.